Hello, my mega selling artists. We are live. I can see on our broadcast that we are live. So happy Wednesday, and welcome to Mega Selling Artist Live. It's of course one of my favorite days of the week. So today I've got some good stuff for you. Today we're talking about the sales psychology of pricing. There's so much to it. I really can't dig all the way in, but I want to give you some really, really good nuggets here. So let me put this on comments so I can see anyone who is here. So, do you hear comments? Is this something that you hear a lot? Comments like, well, I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money to buy that beautiful piece that I've been complimenting you on for 3 weeks every time I see it online. Or I just don't really need that right now. Or wow, that's way out of my budget. Sometimes people will just come out and they'll just say it right outright, like, wow, that's way outside my budget. A lot of times people will come up with other excuses that feel pretty legitimate, right? As to why they aren't going to buy your piece of art or your product or whatever it is that you are out there offering and selling to them. And really, what that comes down to is the sales psychology of pricing. So, how many of you have experienced that? I know I have. I know I have. So, I'm going to put my hands up. But, how many of you also worry about whether your price is the reason that you're missing the sale? Like, is that the reason you're not selling? Is that the reason I'm not selling? Am I not priced right? And we worry if it's too high and if it's too low. And then we end up, we solve that by just usually coming up with some sort of standard pricing. And we just use that as a blanket thing. And it is a great solution. I am not knocking that at all because I use that too, right? When I price my art, I just have a standard per square inch, or some people do linear inch, some people do foot. It just depends on how you want to charge for your product. As far as canvases go, that's a normal price. As far as sculpture goes, it may be, of course, the weight of shipping would be a huge factor there, right? In how you're going to price, whether that's included or not. So there are so many variables. As you can see, there are so many variables here. So that's what we want to talk about. I'm Shawna St. James. I'm Shawna St. James. I'm a mindset and really neuromarketing sales psychology expert. It's really not what I knew I was going to end up doing. This is not where I started. If you want to know more about my story, I would love to share that with you. But I give artists all the tools and techniques and secrets they need to be able to sell to what I call be mega selling artists. That's what I really want for all of you. And the thing is this is something that has been in the works for a long time. Like, why listen to me? Why listen to me? And the truth is that when it all comes down to it, after the 10 plus years of between my degree and all my postgraduate training and all the thousands of hours of research and study that I've put into understanding neuroscience and really how the mind works, the combination of how the mind works with our physiology and that physiology of success. And I have over 30 years of experience, 30 plus years experience in successful sales. This is something that has been ingrained in me to the point where I didn't even know I knew it. And so I was so excited when I figured out that I could help other people with it. And that's what I do. So, over 10 plus years, I've been helping artists and coaching them on really how to build their business and get their business where they want to go in mindsets and getting them past their business blocks. I see where they get stuck all the time. I see where you guys get stuck all the time because that's where I got stuck a lot. It's we all kind of hit the same roadblocks. We just hit them at different times in our businesses. Maybe there's a little nuance there, right? But it's the same stuff. We need confidence, we need mindset, we need sales skills, we need all of that so that we can reach our summit. Our summit, the top of the mountain. If you hang around with me at all, you will know that I talk about, our goal is to be on that trail all the way to the summit. And what we have in our backpack Our backpack is like our mind. Our mind has all the gear and everything we need in it. We have to make sure that we have all the right tools and gear in there to get us up that trail to the mountain. Even when there's times when we can't see the summit, we don't know where the trail is going, we need to be prepared. And that's what I do. That's what I get to do with all of you. It's one of my favorite things to do because I want you guys to be able to really fulfill your heart's calling. Your heart has called you to be an artist. Most people don't just decide to be an artist on a whim. There's some deep, true reason why you want to be an artist, why you want to share your art with the world. And I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to make that impact on the world. All right, so let's dig in. Let's dig in. That's my mission. Okay, so if you are here, whether you are watching it live or whether you're watching it a replay, I really want you to say hello. So make sure that you say hello as you're signing in. Give me a heart or a like, or just let me know that you're here. And I love touching base with each of you that drop by to watch what's going on here. So let's talk about this. The truth is, I used to hear that from my buyers all the time, right? Well, I just, it's not something I really want to do right now. What they really don't want to say is, well, that's not where I want to spend my money right now. And here's the truth. People buy stuff. People buy stuff that they don't need every day. It is a normal thing. People buy things they don't need all the time. I think that's one of the biggest mindset blocks and one of the biggest reframes that we need to have for ourselves as artists. People think, well, people don't buy art because they don't think they need it. Well, they don't have to need it to buy it. That's the first reframe I want you to have. Let's walk through some examples of that, right? We can go through some small examples. People buy new pairs of shoes just because they want them, not because they necessarily need them. I mean, how many pairs of shoes do we really need, right? Or, that even goes for, let's go to home decor. People repaint their rooms, like redo their furniture it's not because they necessarily need it. That sofa or that paint color or whatever, it'd probably be fine for another 5 or 10 years. It's not like it's not functional. Sometimes people get to that point, but the truth is they just want something different. They just want it. And you can even go bigger than that. You could go bigger. Let's say your water heater goes out. Well, you want hot water. You could live without hot water. But you want hot water. So there's a fine line between what we want and need. It gets really convoluted. So I want you to think about that, how that applies to your art. Hello, good morning. I have Facebook user. I'm on StreamYard. So sometimes StreamYard doesn't show your name unless you've given them permission. So if I say hello and not know your name, it's not because I'm just ignoring you. It's just because I can't see it. So here's the thing. Our price is only a problem. It's only a problem. The real problem about price comes when our buyer, our consumer, our prospective customer doesn't see the value of it. They don't see the value. They're unsure about what the value is for them of your product. We're talking specifically about your product and what you're offering here. So it's our job to share all the benefits that we're offering them with our product. It's not just about the painting on the wall, right? What does your product, what need or want does your product really fulfill for them? What problem is it solving for them? We say that all the time. What is, problem to solution? What problem does your product solve for your customer? And that sounds really simple. In a lot of ways it is when you really know your customer, but I'm going to give you some really powerful nuggets here. I'll be honest, this is content that you're already dipping into the content that I usually provide inside my program. So you're getting a taste, just the surface of what I offer you inside the Sales Psychology for Artists program. And I'm going to be honest here. Let's put it out here. Why am I doing that? because I want you to clearly understand the value of what it is I offer you. If I don't give you enough information to know what my product can do for you, how my product can help you, then you don't see the value of the product, no matter what price I put it at. I could put it at $1. I could put it at $10,000. I think you're getting the idea here. All right, so how do we clarify the value of our product? And here it is, the golden nugget, you guys. This is an example you'll find all over. This is not my own example, but I love this example because it's really simple and concise, but it really also starts tapping into our, our art. And you're going to be like, what the heck, Shawna? I want to talk about people who, let's say you want to go and you want to buy a drill. You need to buy a drill. You're like, yeah, I got to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, Ace Hardware, doesn't even matter where. That's part of what we offer too, right? Is who they get it from. But that's a whole nother part of training. But what do they really want when they're buying a drill? Do they want certain features of the drill? Do they want to make sure that it has this many volts and, torque and all these different things that you need in a drill? Yeah, that's part of it. And they want to know everything that you can do with it, right? Is it a driver? Is it all these different features? But what do they really want when they're buying a drill? If they're buying a drill, it's because they need a hole in the wall. They want and need a hole in the wall. Let's take that even further. Okay, there's one point of value, right? But what do they want the hole in the wall for? What do they want the hole to do for them? Well, they want to be able to put a hook in it or nail in it or, a screw in it or, a molly bolt, whatever it is, so that they can hang a picture on it. They want to be able to hang a piece of art on it. They want to be able to hang a photograph on it. Okay, well, why do they want, let's keep going. Why do they want the picture on the wall? Well, they want the picture on the wall because it's going to remind them, right? It's a picture of their grandkids. And they want to see their grandkids. Or maybe it's, a degree from they graduated and they want to hang their degree on the wall. Okay, well, what's that really about? Why do they want that on the wall? You can see this keeps going. We're getting to the bottom of it. We're finally getting to the bottom of it. This is what I want you to be able to do with your art. I want you to be able to go through all these layers of what your customers are really valuing about your product. Well, the real value of the product is that when they look at that degree that they hung on the wall, what do they get from that? They feel successful. They feel success. It all comes back to really what they feel. It starts with a freaking drill, though. I think you can see how you're like, oh wow, yeah, that's that's not what you would think buying a drill is all about. I want you to think about how your art fits into that. How does your art fit into that? If it's a picture of the grandparents have the picture of all the grandkids together, what is that picture really about? Yeah, they want to see their grandkids, but why? Because they get to feel love when they look at that. That hits dopamine. Both of those, they get a dopamine hit when they see those. And all kinds of other happy chemicals happen in our minds, in our bodies, that make us feel good, that make us feel better. I think you can see why I get so excited about this. And I admit I am a science nerd, which is why I love being able to connect the why, the big, deep why, as to what we offer as artists to how we help our customers. I want you to dig into that because this is how the price doesn't matter. This is how you can really get paid what the value, what your product is worth. When you can demonstrate the value, when you clearly explain and communicate the value of what you are really providing that customer, you're going to be able to sell your art out in a weekend, right? That you have what you need to be able to sell your art at really any price. All right. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. The other thing I will say before I let you go is, I'm in here every week, like I just talked about. I'm in here every week, really wanting to make sure that you see the benefit of what I offer, of what I can help you with. And of course, this is about something bigger. I have other things that I can help you with. Things that, yes, they're paid. They are paid products. Because honestly, I can't just give away everything for free. My living, my income is made on helping you get where you want to go. So if you want to talk more about that, if that's something you're interested in, how I can help you get your sales skills to where they need to where you are unstoppable so you can be a mega selling artist, let me know. Drop me a message, put it in the chat. Hey, I want to talk. I can really help you figure out where you're at and where you need to be and what happens in between to get there where you want to be. You can have the best website. You can have all the sales funnels and all these things chicking along and working along. And you've got your email lists and you've got your shows that you're doing. You can have all those things. But if you do not have sales psychology skills, if you cannot have a sales conversation, if you don't understand how to communicate the value of your product, the sales aren't going to come. And that's what I love helping you with. Oh, I get so much joy out of helping you guys get where you want to go. All right, I'm going to let you go for this week. Take care. I will see you next week.